Hello all, J-Dude here, also joined by my friend the Black Russian. I had intended to talk about a local band this week, but things have gotten a little crazy, so I'm here to talk about the brand new Fates Warning songs. The single, and I will include a link for those too. The first single is called Firefly, which I'm a particular fan of. I have to say that as far as Fates Warning singles goes, this is really on the high end of things. I was really impressed because I have been a fan of Fates Warning ever since The Spectre Within. That's right, I picked up The Spectre Within on vinyl in 1984. That's a depressing thought. And I've been a fan ever since. But most of the time, when Fates Warning tries to go for a radio-friendly single, I've not been a fan. Was never big on Through Different Eyes or Eye to Eye. They're not bad. They're just not what I have come to expect from Fates Warning. And I always thought that the album material, the deeper album material, was far stronger. But that being said, Firefly is definitely a step in the right direction. And what's really amazing to think about is this is the first Fates Warning album that's going to be coming out from this new lineup. And we call it new, but this has been the steady lineup of the band for the last 7 years. And that's a pretty amazing thought in and of itself. I have to say that with the two new songs that I've heard, Ray has not lost a step. Jim has brought all of the songwriting key elements that have been so important to Fates Warning to the forefront, especially on these new songs. The long drawn-out aspects of A Pleasant Shade of Grey and Disconnected that I was such a big fan of seemed to be a little bit more condensed on FWX. And I kind of thought it had varying results with that. I was a little lukewarm on that album. But he takes the same approach with these two new songs, and I think they work a lot better. I think even now, Jim is just becoming a better and better songwriter as time goes on. And it's possibly having the chance to stretch himself out into different projects that's really bringing this along, because as I've said, his early attempts at radio-friendly singles were things that I was just never all that hot on, and I thought he was really strong when he was just writing for himself. Now, with this new stuff, it really just seems to all be coming together. X is back, even though Frank rejoined Fates Warning before FWX came out. I guess there were contractual things that prevented him from appearing as an official member on that album. But it's so great to hear Frank Aresti doing solos on a Fates Warning album again. I cannot stress that enough. I had no idea how much I had missed his solos until I heard them in the new songs. Joey Vera, which, here's something that'll blow your mind. He's been listed as an official member since 2000, but he's been playing with Fates Warning since 1997's A Pleasant Shade of Grey, even though he wasn't an official member back then. That means he's been playing in Fates Warning longer than Joe DeBias, longer than Bones. That is mind blown. And then the new guy, Bobby Jarzembek. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Whoever you are incredible. It's funny how I seem to have just missed a lot of his work. He's played with John West, whom I have an album by, a solo album from John West. But apparently I just missed him as being a part of John West's solo act on a couple of different albums. Also, he was a member of Riot again. I had heard Riot's earlier material, but nothing that Bobby had ever appeared on. But he absolutely kills it here. He is a major factor on these two new tracks. As I said, the first track is Firefly. I'm a big fan. I have special reason to like it on some level. But what really stood out to me, and I will provide a link to this too, is the second track that I heard came from the 11th Hour podcast, and I'll provide a link to that as well, which has been reposted at Blabbermouth, and that contains the new track Into the Black. What this song is so incredible, because I just sat upstairs and I was giving it several listens. I gave about 5 or 6 listens to each track, and Into the Black kept coming out at me as just being, this song's incredible. The verses really remind me of Pieces of Me from the Disconnected album, but the chorus is stronger. Pieces of Me is a fantastic song, but I never thought that the chorus quite worked. It's still a great song. I'm not going to knock it at all, but I thought the chorus could have been done better. This is actually on a similar flavor to that, but the chorus is really far stronger, and then contains this breakdown point at about the 3.5 minute mark. And this is what Jim Mateos has been doing lately. It's really blowing my mind, the way that he is able to build excitement, get something in your face, and then bring the whole thing back down. And he has this tension and release approach with the newer Fates Warning that is, he's been doing it for a while now, but it just seems to keep getting better ever since he discovered this tension and release approach. And I just couldn't be more thrilled. So, new album drops in the US on October 1st. Darkness in a Different Light is the name of the album. Really looking forward to it. Thumbs up to the guys in Fates Warning, and really looking forward to the new album. I will be giving a full review on the album's release, but the tracks are fantastic, and we'll see you next time. So, the dude abides. "9 years since the last album? Really? Send money. I'm almost out of alcohol." Or maybe I could give you a couple of takes on that line too, because I could probably do it better, huh? You think I could do that better? It did. Can I another again? You think? Okay. Well, again? Okay. You want one, okay.